Neoliberalism is an economic and political ideology that emerged in the late 20th century, advocating for limited government intervention in the economy and promoting free market capitalism as the most efficient means of achieving economic growth and individual prosperity. It represents a shift away from traditional Keynesian economics, which emphasized government intervention to manage economic cycles and promote social welfare. The term neoliberal is often used to describe a range of policies and practices that prioritize market-driven solutions and aim to reduce the role of the state in economic affairs. Neoliberal policies typically include deregulation, privatization, trade liberalization, and fiscal austerity. Deregulation involves reducing government regulations on businesses and industries, with the belief that a more open and competitive marketplace will lead to greater efficiency and innovation. Proponents argue that deregulation encourages entrepreneurship and increases economic growth. Privatization refers to the transfer of publicly owned assets and services to private entities. This can include state-owned enterprises, utilities, and public services like healthcare and education. Neoliberals argue that privatization improves efficiency and effectiveness in service delivery, as private companies are motivated by profit and are more responsive to market forces. Trade liberalization focuses on reducing barriers to international trade, such as tariffs and quotas, to promote global economic integration. Neoliberals believe that increased trade benefits consumers by providing access to a wider range of goods and services at competitive prices. Fiscal austerity involves reducing government spending and budget deficits, often through cuts to public services and social welfare programs. This approach aims to maintain fiscal discipline, reduce public debt, and create a more business-friendly environment. Critics of neoliberalism argue that its focus on deregulation and privatization can lead to income inequality and the concentration of wealth among the wealthy elite. They argue that reduced government intervention may result in the neglect of public goods, environmental degradation, and the erosion of workers' rights and protections. Neoliberal policies have been embraced by various governments and international organizations, particularly in the 1980s and 1990s. Organizations like the International Monetary Fund (IMF) and the World Bank have often promoted neoliberal economic reforms as conditions for financial assistance to struggling economies. The term neoliberal has also been used in a broader sense to describe the influence of market-oriented thinking on social and political issues beyond just economics. This includes areas like education, healthcare, and social welfare, where market-based approaches are advocated as solutions to public policy challenges. In conclusion, neoliberalism is an economic and political ideology that advocates for limited government intervention in the economy and promotes free market capitalism. It includes policies such as deregulation, privatization, trade liberalization, and fiscal austerity. Proponents argue that these policies lead to economic growth and individual prosperity, while critics raise concerns about income inequality and the potential neglect of public goods and social welfare. The influence of neoliberal thinking extends beyond economics, shaping policies and practices in various spheres of society.